Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Talk Sports Show with host Alec Pequignot. On today's show, we will be going over my college football upset picks. Let's wait for people to get the notifications and come in. But how was everybody's Thanksgiving? Mine was wonderful. Other than, I'm sorry if you took the Mississippi State Ole Miss over. We missed on that, but we will recover today with some upset picks for college football and college basketball. But again, let's wait for everybody to get the notification so they can pour into the stream. Other than that, how is everybody doing this morning? And let's get to it. My first upset today is going to be Air Force +7 to upset Boise State. The winner of this game goes to the Mountain West Championship game. Of course. And here's the thing. How hilarious would it be if Boise State does beat Air Force and Boise State makes the Mountain West Championship game without a real head coach? Because they have an interim head coach right now. But I think Air Force pulls the upset here. They're a touchdown underdog. I would take Air Force +7 in a heartbeat to pull the upset. My next upset is Coastal Carolina +9 to upset James Madison. James Madison is coming off being upset by App State last week when they had game day in Harrisonburg, and I don't think James Madison's recovered from that. So I like Coastal Carolina here to pull the upset and win this game possibly. I really like the upset here. And my last upset is Virginia +1, +2.5, correction, over Virginia Tech. Rivalry games, weird things tend to happen. We saw it last night with Mississippi State Ole Miss. We thought Ole Miss was going to cruise Mississippi State, but Mississippi State only ended up winning by 10. I like Virginia +2.5 here. I think this has the potential to be a big time upset because Virginia Tech, they're looking to their bowl game. They're saying, oh, who are we going to play in bowl season? And I don't think they realize that Virginia is actually better than their record says they are. They have lost a lot of close games, and I would be ashamed if Tony Elliott got fired at Virginia this year, because this has been kind of a weird year for them because they didn't play Virginia Tech at the end of last year because of the whole tragedy that happened. But I like Virginia here to pull the upset. Now here's my cover picks. My first cover is for today, and it's Missouri -9 to cover the point spread against Arkansas. I've watched a bunch of Arkansas games this year, and they are very unimpressive to me. I think Arkansas scores here, but I don't think they hang around long enough to keep this a game of Missouri, and I think Missouri ends up covering the point spread. And I think they end up easily covering here at the -9. So you take it what you will. I would take Missouri -9 to cover. Alabama Auburn Iron Bowl. I debated putting this as an upset, but then I'm like, Auburn's probably not beating Alabama. So I have Alabama -13.5 to cover the spread, point spread against Auburn. Alabama, I missed big time on Bama. And I'm sorry to Alabama fans. I was wrong on y'all the entire season. I missed big time. And I take the L for that. I said 7-5 was your record. I was wrong. I think y'all cover the spread here against Auburn and win by more than 13.5 points. And this last cover pick is a crazy cover pick. I have Georgia Tech plus 24 to cover the point spread against Georgia. I think Georgia Tech can score on this Georgia defense somehow, some way. I think Georgia Tech covers the spread of 24 points. I don't think they win, but like I said, I think they easily cover this spread. Now we get to my over-under picks. My first over-under pick is UCF Houston. And as you see, the over-under sits at 61.5. And I like the over in this case. I like over 61.5 points. I think Houston and UCF will both score right around 62, 63 points. So I like taking the over here. And I've watched many Houston UCF games from their time when they were in the American Athletic Conference. And they put up a lot of points combined. So don't be surprised if the over does hit. My next over-under is UAB North Texas. The over-under is 74.5. I like over 74.5 points in this game. I think there's potential for this to be a shootout. UAB scores a lot, and so does North Texas. And I like, as you can see, I'm picking the over of 74.5. I think this is going to be a high-scoring game. And the last game that I have over-under for is another American Athletic Conference game. It is Tulsa and East Carolina. I don't think this is going to be a good game. You give me 2 seconds. I will fix that over under. Tulsa, East Carolina. The over-under sits at 44.5 points. And I like the under here. Neither of these teams can score. ECU averages right around 20 points a game. And Tulsa averages 18. This is going to be a boring 15-10, 17-10 game probably with the under hitting here. And I like, please take the under in this game. And if I'm wrong, you can comment in the comment section and tell me I was wrong on this game. Now here are my best bets for Saturday and today, because there is a few games today. My first best bet is take Bo Nix plus 180 anytime TD. They play Oregon State tonight. And I might be doing for all the games, I might be doing a stream where I just give you scores and it's like a chill stream. But I like this line of Bo Nix anytime touchdown at plus 180. My next best bet is the best bet for tomorrow. I like Jaden Daniels over 320.5 passing yards. I think LSU A&M is going to be a very high scoring game. So I think Jaden Daniels is going to have to throw the entire game which means that he gets a lot of passing yards and he goes over his passing yardage prop. And my last best bet is take Texas first quarter win margin by 7+ points. Texas Tech is tonight at 7:30, and I like Texas, their first quarter margin plus 7+ points to win. They have to win by 7+ points, and I like that. Here's my Saturday picks. My first one, Kansas State, Iowa State. I like KSU here. I like Kansas State for one reason. I think they will run the ball with authority and win this game against Iowa State big. No shot that Iowa State sticks around. Florida State. This is tomorrow night at 7:30 on ABC on ESPN. And I'm going to give you one reason why I think Florida State will not lose this game. I'm picking Florida State, obviously, but the reason I don't think Florida State loses is because they have a better defense than Florida. Florida's defense is young, inexperienced, and I just don't think Florida stands a chance here. I think they get boat raced. Ohio State, Michigan. My pick is Ohio State. I think Ohio State has the toughness and physicality this year that they didn't have the last 2 years against Michigan. I think they can stop the run, limit Blake Corum and Donovan Edwards, and I think this is gonna be a really good game. It all depends and it hinges on whether Ohio State can stop the run consistently and not give up big plays. If they don't give up big plays and they stop the run, I like Ohio State by at least 10. If they can't stop the run and they can't stop big plays, it's going to be a shootout. And if you're betting on this game, I would take the over because I do think the over is going to hit. But I'd be careful because if Ohio State comes out and they can stop Michigan on defense and Ohio State gets into a rhythm on offense, it might be trouble for Michigan. And my last college football, my last pick for college football is a game tonight. Oregon State, Oregon. I like Oregon. Oregon State has had a really good season, but I don't think they can beat Bo Nix in Oregon. Oregon, if they win this game, they're in the Pac-12 title game. I don't know who they're going to play, but they're in the Pac-12 title game. And that is why I like Oregon to win. Now, I'm going to give you a couple college basketball upsets. My first college basketball upset today is Ohio State plus 7.5 over to upset Alabama. I have watched numerous games of Ohio State this year, and I just like how much depth they have. They have their best player, Zed Key, back. And I like that Ohio State, they have good guard play this year. They have good ball handlers. You have guys that can shoot the three and shoot it really well. I like Ohio State here to upset Alabama. And then my last upset is Rice plus 9 over UC Irvine. Rice is a team that's interesting. I think I picked them the last time I did my CBK upset picks, and they didn't do good. I have faith that Rice plus 9, that they can upset UC Irvine and upset them and beat them good. Rice is a good college basketball team. Now my covers for college basketball. My first one is Dayton minus 14 and a half to cover the point spread against Youngstown State. This is an in-state game for Youngstown State. They're going up to Dayton. They're driving across state to Dayton. And I like Dayton to cover here. Dayton, I've seen enough from University of Dayton basketball over the years and this year to know that Dayton, they're going to come out ready to play for this game. And they're not going to let Youngstown State sneak up on them and beat them. I think Dayton covers this point spread very easily. And I think they win. My second cover pick is North Florida plus 22.5 to cover the point spread against LSU. This is one of the biggest games of the year for UNF. Playing a Power 5 school, and I think they cover. They don't win this game, but I think they cover the spread against LSU. They might get beat by more than 22, but I think somehow they cover the point spread here and keep it close. Now my over-unders. So, Baylor, Florida, the over-under is 157.5 points. I like over 157.5. And I tell you why. I've watched a few Gator basketball games and Baylor basketball games. Both teams can score points. They both score an average of 80 points per game. That is why I like the over here. And my next is my under pick. It's Davidson and St. Mary's. Davidson University and St. Mary's. The Gales, and the over-under is 124.5. I like the under 124.5. Neither of these teams are particularly good at scoring. I would love to take the under here. And that is that. I'm hammering the under on this game. I don't know why. I just am. And ladies and gentlemen, I may be having some guests on the show in a few weeks. I don't know. I'm trying to line up guests, and I'm telling the truth here. I'm trying to find people that want to come on the show and get interviewed. So you got to give me a couple weeks to find somebody. And I will have somebody coming on the show eventually to interview. But I will let you know the update. But that'll do it for today's show. I will see y'all back here maybe tonight or most likely Sunday. Unless we decide to do Falcons franchise tonight, which you never know. You might see an episode of Falcons franchise tonight. So, thank you. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a thumbs up on it and leave a comment in the comment section down below of what college football or basketball games you're going to watch today. But have a great rest of your morning. I will see you on probably Sunday, maybe later today for Falcons franchise for the end of season 1 and the season 1 off season. But have a great rest of your night. Have a great rest of your morning. Goodbye.